Hello, everybody, and welcome today to our session on sleep. So I wanted to sort of start this off. If you just sit back for a moment and visualize this, you've had a long day, you get ready, hop into your bed, the kids are crying, your husband's downstairs with the TV blaring, you've just basically got in from a run, took a quick shower and hopped into bed. And suddenly you're finding this feeling like, I'm tired. I've had a really long day. I just want to go to sleep. The more you lay there, the more you feel frustrated because you're not getting sleep. And I'm sure if you think back, there's been many times, I know for me, that I wondered why I wasn't able to sleep when I was really tired. So what we want to bring to you today is a little bit of information about sleep. So and things that we have found has helped over our years in being with doTERRA, as well as doing a little bit of a deeper dive into the health effects of lack of sleep. So, and not having enough rest and relaxation. So just to give you a couple of stats to start out with, did you know that about 33% of North Americans just aren't getting enough sleep? So for many people, they realize that on average, 7 to 8 hours of sleep is what is recommended for us. And that doesn't necessarily mean that spending 7 to 8 hours in bed is getting you what you need. 1 in 5 people actually experience sleep difficulties, and many people just don't know why. So, I mean, there are a few things that I have found have been helpful over time, but even with that, so things like decreasing my social media time on. So we're sort of bombarded all day long with things coming in at us. And it's very difficult sometimes to turn that off. You know, you've been working all day, maybe you get home and you've got all these messages, you want to scroll and look at some things, you get hooked into it and you just keep going. Before you know it, it's time to go to bed. We really do need time away from all our screens. The blue light that emits from those screens, as well as your television screen and things like that, actually makes some changes that helps us or helps keep us from down regulating and getting to sleep. So one of the things I did was I got to increase my time, because sometimes I do need it. I got some blue light blocking glasses, which actually are for my safety glasses for work as well. So that's something you might want to take a quick peek at. But ultimately, we do want to sort of get in the habit of turning those phones off, and they like it to be like 2 to 3 hours before. And I know for some people it's just not realistic, but I usually try about an hour before I go to bed, and I put it away. I used to keep my phone in my room because I worried that I have kids that live outside the home now, and living in Toronto and things like that. And I was always worried that I might get an emergency call. What I learned to do was I learned to keep my phone, all the notifications and everything turned on, only have a ringer on. And that way I make sure I hear something. Also cutting down the caffeine. So I personally don't drink caffeine, but for people I've talked to in the past, is like keeping that caffeine to earlier during the day, because that can really affect the quality of your sleep. We have different levels of sleep that we go in throughout the night. And sometimes just the addition of caffeine or drinking other fluids later in the evening, for some of you women who are maybe my age, that'll wake you up during the night, and that can actually affect your sleep. So having a consistent schedule, so basically going to the same time, going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, whatever time that may be. Some of that's regulated by your work schedule and things like that. But even on the weekends, if you can avoid sort of changing it up a lot, it's a difference in the quality of your sleep. So great pillow, having a great pillow, keeping the temperature down. And most people don't really realize that, but having a temperature around 68 degrees Fahrenheit, I don't know what that is converted, but turning your temperature down during the night actually will help with the quality of your sleep. Keeping it dark in your room. So if you have blockers on your on your windows, sort of a dark curtain, or you can put one of those nice eye masks. In fact, the doTERRA Sleep kit, actually you can get an add-on with a beautiful one. I don't have one. Maybe Joanna has it with her. She can show you on screen if you can see her. But putting that sleep mask in, my daughter does it and she swears by it. She works midnight. So it's really important, if you're on different schedules for work and shift work and things like that, that you try and maintain that dark, even if it's really light outside. Saying that, when you're waking up, I have a great little Philips. It's by Philips, and it basically wakes up slowly. So the light actually comes on in my room, so that when I wake up in the wintertime, especially when it's really dark, you're actually waking up to light. Melatonin is affected. You are really regulated by the light that you have outside. So those are some of the interesting things. Now, why are we so hung up on sleep? Exercise too. If you're into exercise, try and get it done during the day, not if you're getting ready to go to bed, because that can also interrupt this quality of your sleep and make it harder for you to sort of settle down to sleep. So some sleep hygiene things you might already know, but why is it so important? Like, you know what? You think of you as a kid, I just don't want to be tired the next day. Oh, no big deal. I can kind of pull an all-nighter and I'll get through things. And as long as I get sleep in a couple of days, I'll be okay. But the reality of it is that it's not just you feeling tired the next day because you haven't got enough sleep. Over time, actually, this can affect all systems in health, your immune system, balancing hormones, all healthy maintenance, and your weight even. So if you're someone who's struggling for weight, most people are thinking of how can I exercise more? What can I should eat less, things like that to try and lose weight. The reality of it is if you're not sleeping well, it will be very difficult for your metabolism to be in a place where you can actually lose weight. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've got a million things racing around in your mind, those are some of the things. Doing some meditation, even if it's just 15 minutes before you go to bed, turning everything off, getting really quiet, and sort of even writing down some things that maybe have been going through your mind on a piece of paper, put it beside your bed or a notebook or something. Then if you do happen to wake up during the night, you can scribble things down and get it off your mind, sort of brain dump and go on. So we know that a lack of sleep or good sleep, let's be positive. Good sleep can really affect those emotions. So when you do have things that you're going on, when there are stressors, whether physical or emotional, and you have to make decisions, or you have an issue that's come up, did you ever think of the times that you've had a really bad night's sleep? Maybe you have young kids who've kept you up, and then the next day, everything seems to bug you. You're annoyed at things. You don't have the tolerance to put up with life the next day or even days later. So all those little things, if you take a little bit of time, I know it's really hard with a busy life. If you take a little bit of time to start looking at what you can do to improve the quality of your sleep, you'll be amazed at how many other things in your life actually can change. So with that, I'm going to pop over to Joanna now. She's going to talk to you a little bit about a few things. Before I let you go, I do want to remind you that there are so many different things that we can do to actually help with this. Think of your kids, whether they're young, whether they're older, the sooner that you can teach them healthy sleep hygiene, whether you're modeling it yourself or whether you're nuggets along the way, you can drastically improve the quality of your kids' life if you teach them at a young age. So just by you learning, you can bring that down to your kids, and things like grades in school, growth difficulties, impulsivity, all kinds of things that can be affected by kids' sleep, they can learn at a young age. And so hopefully I'll have to wait till they're our age to sort of try and figure out the whole sleep health combination or regulation. So anyways, take it away, Joanna. Thank you.
Thanks, Karen. Hi, I'm Joanna. Welcome to my bedroom. I chose to situate myself here for the obvious reasons of showing you what's on my bedside table. And now I will flip the phone around momentarily, but let me point out a few things that I have, one of which is the Mulberry Sleep Mask, the silk mask, which feels incredible. And I'm a little weird about having things over my eyes, but I tell you, my bedroom looks straight out my front door. We have a great big window over our front door, and there's a street light out there. It's not very dark in my bedroom. So these come in really, really handy, and especially on nights when I am struggling to sleep. Now, that's been a bit of a thing of the past for me over the last couple of years. One of the first things I did when I came to doTERRA was address sleep issues. And it was as simple as using Serenity, essential oil, using Balance, using some of our more obvious calming and relaxing oils. And that helped break a really bad cycle of insomnia for me. But as the years passed and I was using Lifelong Vitality and addressing some of the gut issues, along came Serenity soft gels and Copaiba soft gels, and these have been game changers for me. Now I've brought them into the bedroom, but they're actually not typically in my bedroom. I would be taking these for me personally an hour or maybe even an hour and a half before bed. So they are sitting right out in my living room in the coffee table, hiding in a drawer. That makes sense for me. And actually I do have oils out there as well. So I'm quite often applying oils as I move closer to bedtime. That's my sleep hygiene. But what I do have on my bedside, let me put my phone around here so you can see, is an array. Hold on, where are you? There it is. Okay, there we go. I have this groovy little holder. I've got a Roam diffuser, which is nice because I don't have cords everywhere in my bedroom. This is my diffuser, but we actually have a Lumo on the other night table. My husband has his own. So even if mine only runs for a few hours, mine might have oils that are more for clear breathing. I'm often using things like Easy Air, or eucalyptus in there. That's addressing issues for me specifically, but then I sleep oils in his diffuser, which is kind of funny. I have an eye pillow here just for the days that my sinuses are bugging me, and all my grab and go rollers, a linen spray, and then I'm going to highlight a few of these. I even have a salt lamp. And look, it's the same Philips light up clock. We must be influencing one another. These are the positive benefits of wellness advocates. Okay, so I have my trusty Serenity. I keep On Guard along with mine says Breathe, but Easy Air. Those for me help me with clear breathing. Peppermint, I've got everything running through Balance. Forgive and Peace, which sometimes help calm emotions and a crazy mind, on those particularly difficult nights. But some interesting, unusual ones, Juniper Berry, which I might add to my diffuser if I were having bad dreams, which don't plague me too much, but every now and again, you never know. Sometimes I'm feeling a little bit anxious, and then I'm going straight to oils like Melissa, which for me really work. I do have an Adaptive sitting here, but honestly, that's not my bedtime oil. I just filled the last hole with it. But some of the great rollers here, past tense, sometimes tension is the thing keeping me from sleeping. I've got Zengest and Tamer here, and then a whole bunch of custom blends because it's me. I love making my own rollers. So those are my choices, along with a sleep mist. This one is actually a Serenity sleep mist that I made, but I've got one here that has Balance, Serenity, and Adaptive. I'd actually made it for my pets, but I like it too much. They can't have it. But let me flip back around here. They do benefit, as a matter of fact, because they sleep with us. So, they come into bed. I've spritzed a little bit of Serenity. I smell like oils. I don't even have to put oils on them. They benefit from everything happening around them. And I sleep better because of them. Some people think pets are very disruptive to sleep, but I like the fact that they come so eagerly into the bed and just crash out that, to me, it's just like, this is what we do here. We all just, cozy up in our little pack and sleep. So this has been the biggest change in my life. Coming to doTERRA has been getting my sleep back, because for years it was a problem. And I sleep pretty well now. For most nights, it's not continuous, but I'm averaging 8 hours a night, and it's nothing short of a miracle. So I'm going to pass it over to Natalie. I've shown you a couple of DIYs myself, but she's going to show you some really, really special DIYs.
Hey everyone, thanks so much, Joanna, for that nice segue. So I am here in my kitchen, not the bedroom, and that is because I am actually going to show you how to do some DIYs, and I thought that would be too messy in the bedroom space. So today I want to show you how to make a room spray, much like a linen spray. It's actually the exact same recipe, but the intention behind this one will be different. I'll show you how to make a mattress spray and why you might want to make one. I'm also going to show you how to make a mattress powder sprinkle. I'll explain more about that when I get to it. And then I'm going to finish off by showing you how to clean diffusers. Most people, when they start with essential oils, will start diffusing in the bedroom first. bedroom or the living space anyways. So we haven't covered diffusers yet in any of our previous videos for you. So I thought today would be a great time. And I'm also going to share with you my personal favorite diffusers for the bedroom. Now, everybody will likely have a different opinion, but I'm going to share mine because it's my turn to be on camera. Okay, let's start with a room spray. Now, I have 3 different recipes for you. I'm only going to be making one, but I want to open your mind to the possibilities and just give you some ideas. So what I'm going to be making is a refresh room spray. I'm using the doTERRA Continuous Mist bottle. I love these. I have a whole bunch of them. And what I love about them is you pump and then it sprays and sprays and sprays and sprays. It's not something where you have to just continuously like, you know, you pump a few times and it sprays and it's just wonderful. So I write on the top of my spray bottle with a Sharpie, but have no fear, it's not permanent. You can easily erase it with some lemon oil and do it again. So every time I make a new bottle of whatever it is, I will write on it what I did because I tend to forget, and because I have so many of them, you know, I can do the sniff test and try to remember, but this is just so much easier. So this is an 8-ounce bottle. In here, I'm going to do 3 ounces of witch hazel and 3 ounces of water. Now, the recipe specifies distilled water, but knowing myself and how quickly I will use this up, I'm fine using regular tap water or filtered water. So this is a refreshing spray to cleanse the air in a room. I'm thinking specifically teenage air, okay? Teenagers can be stinky. It's not their fault. They're going through a different phase in life, but they're stinky. So my absolute favorite at the moment is Bergamot Mint. This is not an oil that you can get regularly, but for those of you who have it, I always like to mention this because maybe you don't know what to do with it. So this is one thing you can. It's so good at cleaning stinky stuff. You could also use Purify. That would be my other go-to. If I wasn't using Bergamot Mint, I would use Purify. And I'm going to add 25 drops into this. You know what? I'm not going to count it out because that will just take up time that we don't need to take up. So that's what I made. That's one option. The next option I thought of was for younger kids who are maybe afraid of the dark. Maybe they're scared of the monsters under their beds, whatever it may be. My kids, I used to have one who was afraid of the dark, and doing a monster spray really helps them just feel empowered because they have a tool that they themselves can use. And you can use something like Serenity or Lavender, maybe Serenity and Balance, whatever your child really is gravitated towards that you know is calming. You can create this blend together and you can have them sprayed at night before they go to bed. They will think they're killing their monsters, and you know that they are going to have the benefits of the calming properties. So I love that idea. And then the next one is a relaxing spray. So I'm making refreshing to cleanse air. You can make a nice relaxing spray that you can either just spray around your room, or you can intentionally use it as a linen spray. So Joanna mentioned she had made 2 different ones. In our previous laundry room, we made a linen spray. So use whatever you like. Use Serenity, Balance, Lavender. I just recently found out that Tangerine is a really good alternative to vetiver. Vetiver tends to be the oil we turn to when we need to shut off that your brain. You know, the hamster wheel is always going and you just can't sleep because you can't slow down. Usually we reach for vetiver. Vetiver is fantastic for that. It's great at grounding and really bringing you down in a good way. Tangerine is another alternative that has the exact same benefits. So if you're not a huge vetiver fan, or maybe you don't have it yet, but you have Tangerine, try that. So you could do a spray with Tangerine. You could combine it with a citrus, because that's what I like to do. You don't have to, but that's just another option. Okay, so that's a room spray, linen spray, call it what you want. Use it in whichever way you want. I was also thinking, as the other ladies were talking, room sprays are really good if your kids or your partner doesn't like a diffuser running overnight, but you still want some benefits of the oils at bedtime. You can go in the room, spray it around, you know, half an hour before bedtime, have those benefits without having to run that diffuser. Now, hopefully you don't have problems in your home with running your diffuser, but that's just another idea for you. So the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is a mattress refresher. Now you might be wondering, why do I need a mattress refresher? I like to spray my mattress every time I change my sheets. It helps to just freshen things up, kill anything that may be in your bed, and it just makes everything smell better, and it makes me feel really good. So when I change my sheets, I spray my mattress, I open my windows, I look for a nice sunny day that the sun is shining in, and it just helps to really make the room smell good. So in your bottle, again, this is 8 ounces, we're going to do 3.5 ounces of vinegar, so white vinegar, and 3.5 ounces of water. Again, sorry, what's this vinegar? I don't know what I said with the room spray. The room spray has witch hazel, not vinegar. I'll post the recipes, then you'll know. But the mattress spray has vinegar and water. So 3.5 ounces of each. Again, I will post the recipes. And then for this, I'm going to be using tea tree. Your bottle may still say Melaleuca, depending on how long you've had it, and lemon oil. This is a great combination of oils to help freshen things up. Again, to help kill any kind of little critters that may be crawling around. That sounds so gross. I'm going to stop saying it, but you know what I mean. And I'm doing 20 drops. I think I did about 10 while I was talking. Shake it up before you use it every single time and just spray your mattress. Now, again, I would do this once a week. And then once a month, if I'm being perfectly honest, maybe once every 2 or 3 months, I do a deep clean of my mattress and I use baking soda. You can use baking soda alone, but why would you do that when you have beautiful essential oils? Okay, so baking soda will remove any odors from your mattress. It will remove any kind of mustiness. This is great if you have little kids that are potty training, just saying. So I have a baking soda container with a little sprinkle top. I don't know what these are called, but I got this at the dollar store and it's for Parmesan cheese or chili flakes. Okay, so $1.25, whatever it was. Filled it up with baking soda, and then I'm going to add 4 different essential oils. Now, if you don't have all of these, use what you have. That's totally fine. We're using lavender, 5 drops, peppermint, 5 drops, lemon, 5 drops, and eucalyptus, 5 drops, okay? Again, if you don't have all of these, even just doing lemon or wild orange or another citrus is perfect. And then you just put your lid on and you literally just shake it on your mattress, let it sit for an hour at minimum, vacuum it up, and that's all you have to do. Okay, it's a little bit of work, but it will really help extend the life of your mattress. And again, it'll help to freshen up your bedroom. Okay, so that's the DIYs. That's all of them. Let's talk diffusers really quickly. I pulled out 3 different ones. Again, these are my personal preference for the bedroom. You will like what you like, but I love the little Brevi. I love the output on it. I love how long it runs. It's fairly quiet. I am a very, very light sleeper. I wake up any kind of sound, I'm up. So I need something that's not going to gurgle and that will be relatively quiet. Even the continuous mist sometimes will wake me up. So I like to just run the 5 hours. So I'm going to show you how to clean one of these, but let me quickly show you the others. I have the Lumo. This is still available from the Canadian Warehouse. It comes with a 15 ml of Serenity oil, which is kind of cool. So this is my absolute favorite diffuser for the bedroom because it's quiet, runs 10 hours on a intermittent mist. But it's wonderful and it looks really good. But I also wanted to show you the new Dawn humidifier diffuser. This came out in September and it's kind of cool. I like to use this in the wintertime. I've actually just put it away for the summer because I don't need a humidifier in my room. But I wanted to talk about this one because when we first got it, there was a problem with some of them getting musty really quickly, like emitting a musty smell. I figured out how to get rid of that. And all I had to do, so it's in 3 different parts. I had to empty it out completely, turn it over for 24 hours, and it's never smelled again. So I have no idea what caused it. I know I'm not the only one. So I just wanted to share that in case you have a Dawn diffuser and you're noticing a musty smell and you're thinking, what in the world? Clean it out, empty it out, 24 hours upside down, it should be fine. What I also want to mention with this one is you're going to add your water into the middle base or into this base here. Once you pop this on, the water will drain to the bottom, and it's actually in the bottom where you're going to put your essential oils. Your instruction manual may still say to put the oils in here, but that's wrong because your little disc is actually in the bottom, okay? So I just wanted to tell you that. Now let's talk really quickly, cleaning diffusers, how often and how to do it. Cleaning your diffuser is really easy. All you do is empty out your water You're going to use some white vinegar. You can use just 1 cap full. I don't happen to have a cap because I put my vinegar in a mason jar. So I'm going to use a teaspoon. Probably going to dump it. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's 1 teaspoon of white vinegar. I'm going to add about 5 drops of lemon. I'm going to fill it with water to the little fill line and run it for 15 minutes. Okay, those are the official instructions. Now, if you want to set it and forget it, you can do that too. Like I've run it for a full cycle and it was totally fine. I came back to it 2 hours later. So you would put your water in, let that run, and then you come back, dump it out, and then you're going to give it a wipe with a soft cloth. Be very careful with your center disc. You don't want to damage that. If you have little areas that are not getting clean, you can use a Q-tip, but very carefully, okay? Especially again around that middle disc. You don't want to damage that because then your diffuser will leak and it will be broken. Yeah, so how often do we clean diffusers? I think the official word is monthly, I think. I will be honest, I'm not that good about doing it monthly. It all depends on how often I use that particular diffuser. I have a diffuser in every single room of my house, but I don't use them every single day. I have a room in my living room that I use very regularly. I have a diffuser in my office that I use all the time, and my bedroom. So those will get cleaned more frequently. But again, it's more on the go when I notice they're getting a little dirty. Or if I'm using an oil that's thicker and it's just kind of lingering, I'll definitely give it a wipe. But I would recommend that you do clean them regularly. Have a look at them as you're filling them. If they're starting to look like they need a cleaning, do clean them. And if you're a rule follower, definitely do them monthly. For me, I forget, you know, but I've never had an issue that came from not cleaning my diffusers monthly. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you got some good tips about the bedroom and sleep health, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.